Iggy.
The caravan are young men, brief.
Cold, like really cold, really snowy. Whew.
Yeah.
It's, a lot of eggs, a little sugar and flour, and some flavoring.
Uh-oh.
See those sparkles along the edge there? Well, that's dullness right there. Dull nice. I'll see you in a half hour.
Okay.
I'll see what happens when you have a sharp
Oh,
knife.
jeez.
You just touch that kind of stuff.
That's right through there. So what is this? A lamb chop or a lamb
Leg of lamb.
leg of lamb?
Of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. Christmas.
Read what it says on there.
Kamata Hapabashi.
Hapabashi.
Oh yeah.
So there's... Careful, it's real.
Oh, wow, yeah. Whoa, a murder weapon.
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Try cutting a piece of paper with it. It's real sharp.
oh yeah.
Cut your wrapping paper.
Whoa.
Now be very careful. Wallet.
Do you know what kind it is? It's a Louis Vuitton. But yeah, it's a real Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Welcome.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, but I didn't have anything to do with it. Dad did it.
That's okay, you're my parents.
I saw the doctor today. Arnie, can you come and take up the clean clothes, please?
Hey! Long time no see, strangers. It's kind of been a while. I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a life update with what's been happening. In case you were curious, if not, then don't watch this video. Yeah. But my surroundings have changed. I am actually in my old room, the one I grew up with, where I was incredibly frightened of the gremlins that were possibly under my bed that would grab me and kill me in the middle of the night, or of the closet demon where I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to have the closet doors open or closed, because if they're open, then I can see what's coming to get me, but if they're closed, then there's like a little bit of security, but then I can't see what's coming. The thoughts of a child. So that's interesting. So I moved back home in November. That was a big change in my life, and yeah, so I'm at home living with my folks. And don't get me wrong, living with my parents has actually been really good. I get along with my parents really well. They've really been just really awesome. They've really taken care of me, and I'm so thankful. So thank you, Mom and Dad. You guys are the best. And that's been very, I guess, therapeutic and like a hug for my soul to kind of be home in a secure environment where it's just you know, a lot of support. So that's really good. And yeah, thankfully, I'm not one of those people who hates being around their parents. Like, I really like my parents, so it's not been an issue. Every once in a while, I'm sure we get on each other's nerves to some extent, but it's nothing like how some people are like, I can't be with my parents for more than 3 hours or something. No, they're great. It's great. So I'm thankful for that. And my dad cooks. My dad's been very adventurous in his cooking, and a lot of it has actually been really good. I say that with a surprised sort of tone because there have been times in the past where when he's been experimental, it's been weird. And every once in a while he comes up with something weird still, but like using beet fibers in waffles and then putting like blueberry, I don't know. Some of the flavor palettes are a little weird, but he's come up with some really good stuff too that's been super tasty. So that's been really nice to, you know, just kind of eat dinner with my folks and, you know, do all these, just like be at home and spend time with them. So I'm trying to take advantage of the time that I have with them. So yeah, I started a new job that's really different. It's in the medical field. Everything was completely new, and so it was kind of difficult getting into it. I'm still asking questions and trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. It's weird because I get paid a lot less, and part of that is cost of living here versus LA is a little bit different. But also, I was working retail before, and here I'm working in the medical field where it's like I have to deal with people's personal information. I'm dealing with diseases that they have that there's a HIPAA thing and all this stuff. It's like there's a lot more responsibility and a lot more that goes into this kind of job. And then just on the technical side, entering in codes, entering in personal information, private information, like all this stuff, they don't pay accordingly, which is really interesting. But I like where I work and I like the people I work with. It's sad because I work in an area that people die and they have incurable diseases. A lot of people are elderly folk, and it breaks my heart when I have a patient that pulls up and it says patient expired, because that means they died. Or if I'm on the phone with someone, I've had about 3 people break down and cry while they're on the phone with me, and that makes me want to cry. And it's heartbreaking because you don't want to just get off the phone with these people because they're going through these terrible things. But then at the same time, you're like, I have to do this job. So now that I've been on the phone with you for 20 minutes, I don't want to leave you, but at the same time, I need to. It's very interesting. It's a lot different than selling jeans. So there's that. It's good though, because at the same time I had this one lady call in and she was trying to get this appointment, and I happened to have a cancellation, so I was able to get her in a lot sooner, and she started crying because she was so thankful and so happy that they were able to get in sooner. And she was just like, oh my gosh, you're an angel, thank you. And like, I really didn't do anything. I just happened to be on the receiving end of that, which is kind of like the opposite of shooting the messenger. I was like hugged as the messenger, I guess. So that was cool. I liked that. What else? We had to put down our cat Zipper. That was really sad. The cool thing was that she was 18 years old. So she lived a really good long life, and she was one of those cats that's just, she was happy with anything. Like if you looked at her, she started purring, and she loved my dad. It was a weird, like, a love that didn't make sense because he usually growled at her and he didn't really pet her or give her a lot of attention. But whenever she would see him, she would start meowing so loudly. Like I would be on the phone with my mom and I could hear Zipper meowing for my dad because he would come upstairs. That's how loud she was. And then she would just start purring and she was like crazy, all for my dad. She loved him so freaking much. It was hilarious. But unfortunately, she somehow contracted feline leukemia. So that was a little bit stressful over the holidays because feline leukemia is highly contagious. And so we had to go get my cat Tut and Fat Iggy tested. And then there's an initial test and then there's also a secondary test. And so you have to wait 30 days in between the tests. So that brought us into Christmas. And so we go get these 2 cats tested for the final test, and they call us back the next day and they're like, yeah, so someone at the labs knocked over the samples, so we have to retest them. And we're like, oh my gosh, why? We're stressing out about this already. Like we had to keep them separated and all this stuff. But good news is that both of them are okay. So we don't know how Zipper got it, but the other 2 cats are okay. So that's really great. It's really cold here. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will see that basically all I post is stuff about how freaking cold it is here. Right now, I think it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit, so I don't even know what that is Celsius. That's cold, like so freaking cold. It's snowing. They canceled school today. Too bad I don't work in the school district here. We're selling our family farm. That's kind of sad. It's kind of like an end of an empire. Not really, but you know, that's a lot of memories and a lot of history for my dad's side of the family. But it's also something that none of the people in my generation are able to take care of, and my folks aren't moving out to the farm. So I guess it's just one of those things that had to happen. So I'm finally getting videos out, yay! So I hope you guys are enjoying the Tokyo videos. I know I'm having a lot of fun editing them. The freaking Team Lab museums, they were so cool. I kept rewatching my own videos with them just because I loved the parts with the Team Lab stuff in there, that if I could go back and do it all over again, I would love to go there and experience it for a longer period of time, because it's so cool and there's so many things to see and experience just within the exhibit itself. I was really nervous because I was filming everything by myself, and I wasn't like, this is the first time that I had to be the camera person, where I had to really concentrate on the shots. I had to use the professional camera, I had to use the gimbal, and I think I grew a lot in this trip. I think I learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot. I have to get more comfortable with the camera itself, but it was cool. Like, I feel like I'm getting better with my shots, and I feel like I'm getting better with understanding how to sort of like edit in camera, where I know when to start filming and stop filming. Like this last trip, I pretty much just turned the camera on and I would forget to turn it off. That's how novice this girl is. You probably saw if you watched the videos, I forgot the camera at one point. So these are all things that I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to get better at. I have some big ideas that I want to accomplish for 2019. So hopefully that all comes to fruition. It all kind of depends on what life throws me, because 2018 did not turn out at all like I thought it was going to. So 2019, please be kind. Don't rewind though, because I don't want to go through that again. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what the future has. Yeah, I don't know, did anybody make any 2019 resolutions or things going on? I didn't really make a resolution this year, but I did tell myself, if you've watched any of my Instagram stories, I posted something about wanting to be more confident, have better body confidence, and so on the treadmill or whatever, I want to be more comfortable in my own skin. And whether that's working out or just taking better care of my diet or whatever, like I don't need to go on this big cleanse or whatever. It's just trying to accept some of the imperfections that I have about myself that I focus on a lot and that other people may or may not see. It's one of those things where it's like I need to stop worrying about what other people think. And that's hard being on YouTube. Like, it's hard right now with this camera where I'm like, is the angle gonna be okay? Is my double chin gonna show? Is this gonna be you know, I worry about all these things where I have a breakout right now. Are people gonna be judging me for that? And then I'm like, why do I care? Because if someone's judging me for that, then why does that, who are they? You know, kind of like, does your poo not stink like everybody else's type of thing? It's like, that's the kind of mentality that I need to get into, and I need to kind of accept that this is what I'm working with and I can only change so much. The things that I can't change, I just need to deal with and accept. And then the things that I can change for the better, then I need to work towards that goal. And there are definitely things I could treat my body a little bit nicer as far as diet goes. I eat a lot of sugar, which you may or may not know. Hi, my name's Elizabeth. I am addicted to sugar. Yeah, so that's kind of my goal, and yeah, and that's kind of what I've been getting up to in the last 6 months, I guess. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it at that. Okay, bye guys. Also, I'm moving to Japan in March. Okay, bye.